Welcome back, this is Team Melindle here. We're playing BTD6 and talking about the Civil War. The battles of the Civil War, the actual war itself. Today we've got ourselves a unique challenge. We have to get to round 60, and we only have the Dart Monkey as our monkey of choice. Okay, now with the Dart Monkey, it's not horrible. So I'm gonna put like one here to kind of get us started. We're going to have to worry about two things. We're going to have to worry about camos, and we're going to have to worry about leads. The only thing that I know of that will handle leads is the top path here. So I want to make sure my first guy is kind of a top path guy. We'll go ahead and get us started. Our troops are deployed. We don't have a lot right now, but we got some sharpshooters. We should be able to handle some of these early rounds without too much trouble. Allow us to throw in a couple more monkeys. I want to put a monkey here. I want to put a monkey here. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and try to get some range on these guys. Mainly, I'm worried about camos. I'm also worried about leads. Like, the base for most of these guys can't hit leads. Okay, so this guy is going to be our top path. This guy will, I guess, will make our middle path. And then this guy will make bottom path, I'm thinking. Let's see, get him up to camo. Now, I want to get this guy up to spike-a-pult, and then we got to get him up to that next level to be able to handle leads. Because leads will be coming in the not-too-distant future. Let's see. Spike-a-pult. Now we sit back and wait. We need money. We need 1,530 points. As we've seen, the war kicked off for the Battle of Fort Sumter in Charleston, South Carolina. That took place April 12th to the 14th in 1861. Back then, it took time to marshal forces. It took time for things to develop. They didn't have instant communication. They didn't have telephones. They had to send messages by horse from point A to point B. It took days for messages to be delivered. It would have taken a long time to get word out to raise forces for truce. The armies that were known at the time, it would have taken time to get them organized. As such, it took a while before the ground war to actually start. Okay, so we've made it to $1,530. Let's go ahead and upgrade him. And now we can start thinking about upgrading these guys. This guy's going to be crossbow. Probably going to do crossbow with top path here. We'll go ahead and give him razor. And like these guys here, I'm gonna go bottom path, but I'm gonna go top path as well. So we'll go middle path with top path. Because I'm basically gonna mirror these guys. I want to put a guy here. We'll put a guy here. Because my goal is to have these monkeys get two chances at all these targets. And this is the best place to make those happen. It's kind of our strategic points in this battlefield. You know, you got these where everything comes together. If I put them up here, I only get one attack path. I guess I could put them over here and kind of get two paths, but this allows me to utilize these monkeys twice, kind of the choke points of this battlefield. Go ahead and upgrade him. So we'll go ahead and he's going to be a crossbow as well. We'll make him quick shots with crossbow. And like these guys are just going to mirror. Each other. Yeah, here we go. Good. We're handling lead. Yeah, I don't think any of those troops can handle it. I probably should get a second guy up to lead pretty quickly here. Because I am worried about the leads. Okay, so we're now handling camos without too much trouble. So now we just sit and wait again to see if we can get to 1500. And now our next challenge is going to be, we've got to get these guys up to Super Fan Club. That's going to take a while. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead with the sharpshooter. I got a second sharpshooter coming, and hopefully these will allow us to handle the DDTs. Okay, we got people situated. Now it's the waiting game because we need money. Because we're going to need 12,000 for that guy and 6,800 for them. Let's see if we can survive until we can get enough money. Oh yeah, we handled them without too much trouble at all. I feel good now. The first battles of the war ended up being naval in nature because the Union's first thought was, hey, we got this rebellion of southern states. Let's go ahead and enforce a blockade on the South and cut off their trade with themselves, cut off their trade with European countries. And thus, their ships were the first ones to go out and about. And the first battle actually took point at Sewell's Point. Now we can get our first fan club member. Sewell's Point is in Virginia. It's located at the mouth of the Elizabeth River, which feeds into Norfolk, Virginia. It's also the entryway from the port of Norfolk to the ocean. There's also the James River, which heads up to Richmond. So this was a fairly important location, and the Union was trying to dislodge the Confederates from that spot and try to keep vessels from being able to sail. At the end of the day, it was a key supply port for the Confederates. We're able to get our second Super Fan Club member. Nice. You know, I'm a little bit more worried about these guys. I'm going to go ahead and sell one of them. I want to go top path. I'm much more worried about leads kind of getting late. And we'll go quick shot with him. This guy right here. I'm gonna sell him. I'm gonna go top path, middle path. I just want more protection from like heavier balloons, especially when these guys roll through the blimps. But I do need more super monkeys. Maybe we'll put them like here in the middle. Because if we go bottom path with these guys, and then this path. Okay, we got still pretty good coverage. I can get another super monkey. And now we kind of wait to see if we can get one more super monkey. May 18th, 1861, we're talking about a month after Charleston, the USS gunboat, the Union gunboat USS Monticello. It's a boat that had two 32-pound cannons, one 9-inch, which is a 90-pound cannon. It had about 3 cannons that it could use to fire on the Confederate battery. And they opened up fire. The battery itself, the Confederates hadn't installed guns yet on the battery. Oops. Unfortunately for the Union, their 3 guns had very little effect on the position. It was fairly well fortified. We've got our full contingent. I'm going to slow this down for a second. I feel pretty good about us getting through level 60 at this point. The question is what else can we do to kind of help ourselves here? I'm thinking we can probably drop in 2 more monkeys here. But after this, we're going to have to start thinking about how are we going to handle higher than level 60. Because I'm feeling pretty good about level 60. My challenge with most of these is can we get to level 100 with whatever subset of monkeys they give us. I'm not super pumped about my chances with this monkey group set. We'll have to see, though. We'll have to see. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with these guys. Should I just go Super Fan Club? I think that's what we're going to have to do. Now, they can see all 4 spaces. I'm wondering if we should, like, go sharp shots with them. Like this path. And use them to kind of hit the heavier fortifications that come through. I know it can't hit leads. You know, I'm going to go ahead and set these guys. One of them to lead. Or camo. Because I feel good about everybody else on camo. Go ahead and set that guy to camo as well. Okay, now we're just going to need money. Here we go, round 60. Let's see if the red one can make it halfway. See how far they get. Did some pretty good damage on the first turn. Comes down to the second point. I don't think it'll make it to the third point. At least past the third point. There you go. There goes some. Victory is ours. Dun, dun, dun. We have won! All right, congratulations us. Now our, 145, nice. Now the question is can we get to level 100? Well, first business is we gotta get these guys up to Super Fan Club as well. So now it's just a matter of collecting some money. Captain Peyton Colquitt, the Columbus Light Guard from Georgia. He commanded the battery, and by 5 p.m. the next day, his troops installed three 32-pound guns of their own. That way, when the Monticello began to fire that evening, the battery was able to return fire and drive off the Monticello. The Monticello, with its guns, just wasn't doing any damage, and there was real chance that the battery itself could hit and damage the ship, and so they backed off. The next day, the gunboat USS Thomas Freeman, who had 2 guns themselves, 32-pounders, joined the Monticello, basically doubling the firepower on the battery. Again, the Confederates were able to return fire. And this happened for several hours. I mean, how many shots would you shoot in several hours with just a handful of guns? You know, there'd be a number of volleys back and forth. The Union troops, again, not really doing any damage to the fortiments, withdrew basically without achieving any significant results. The Confederates were able to hold Sewell Point. The battle itself had 1 fatality. A Confederate private was struck by a shell fragment. 9 others were wounded in the fighting. Okay, I've got my batteries at full power. Now I'm going to try to save up money and see if I can upgrade these troops, see if I can get him to the Juggernaut, see if I can get him to the middle path, and then get one of these guys to top path. So we're just going to sit here and have to, again, collect some money. You know, at the end of the day, the battle was pretty much inconclusive as the 2 sides did little harm to one another. But for the Confederate sake, the Union forces left and didn't really return to Sewell's Point. They really didn't have any way to dislodge the Confederates from that location. The Confederates were able to maintain control of the port of Norfolk. A second minor battle in the early days of the war was the Battle of Aquia Creek. It took place May 31st and June 1st. So now we're still looking at about a month and a half after the war kicked off. You basically had a couple U.S. Union Navy gunboats attack Confederate shore batteries. The Unions were attempting to capture Aquia Creek, which, if you look at the map, I mean, it's fairly close to Washington, D.C. It's very much right off the Potomac. And they wanted to kind of dislodge the Confederates from being able to do much from this area. They, the USS Thomas Freeborn, which we saw in in the Battle of Sewell's Point, attacked Confederate batteries. Again, they were unsuccessful. Their two guns just didn't do anything. On June 1st, they brought the USS Anacostia, which had 4 guns, a little bit bigger boat, and then the USS Resolute, which was a ship, a much larger ship that had 13 guns. They again attacked the battery and just withdrew. They couldn't do enough damage, and they didn't want to just, without doing any damage, take any damage themselves. It was a minor skirmish. There was no casualties in it. And so we see the beginning of the war kick off with some naval battles, and we find that the naval battles weren't really able to dislodge the Confederates from their fortifications. Okay, we're able to create an Ultra Juggernaut. That'll help out. Okay, we're able to get a crossbow master now. That Okay, we're making it up onto level 90. We're not at 38,000. I'll be interested to see if we can handle the black DDTs here in a minute. If we can get past the first round of them, I think we'll be okay because we'll have enough money to get to that second level. Here we go, round 90. This is where we'll start seeing the black DDTs. Oh man, I'm so close to having enough money. Here they come. Go ahead and use our superpowers. We'll try it twice. Okay, we handled one. We've handled a second one. We'll go ahead and upgrade. That was... Okay. Looks like we survived. The black guys. 3820, 250. We'll go ahead and get this going again. We should get there any second now. Boom. We can also upgrade us to... We can unlock. We've got enough money to unlock. That's sweet. I do not think I'm going to get 300,000 to be able to unlock him. I don't think we'll survive that long. But that's okay. I think our chances of getting 100 have improved greatly. Okay, at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start... I'm going to slow this down for a second so I can add some monkeys in. I'm just going to add new rows to these guys, like one here, and then I guess we'll just mirror what the other ones are doing. So kind of top path, bottom path, this guy, top path, bottom path. We don't have enough money, but I'm gonna need more. The rest of these guys are gonna obviously be super monkeys, because I think that's how we're gonna survive any length of time, is the middle path. But that's going to cost us a lot of money. That's okay. We'll see if we can survive long enough to use them. Oof, round 92 is already getting this far. Okay. Let's go ahead and use our superpower on 93. Oh wow, that worked pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and start adding more monkeys here. We're coming up on round 95. That's where our challenge is going to be, 95. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make this. Oh man, I didn't want to do that. Pooge. We'll go ahead and use my superpower here. Go ahead and use it again. Make it long sight. Okay, we're on round 95. This is where things get a little crazy. I'm gonna have to slow this down because we're gonna have to be on our game for when the black DDTs start rolling through. Here we go. So we're gonna have to do this, and then once the blacks start kind of getting all the way around, that's when I'm gonna have to start thinking about using my superpower. Go ahead and use another one. Okay, now we got to use this. And hopefully we can survive the onslaught of blacks. Yes, we did. Holy cow, we're going to make it to level 100. Maybe. Okay. Go ahead and try to upgrade these guys. Give them more range so they can help out. We're going to have some more troubles. I think round 98 and 99 are going to be challenging for us. Because now we're just kind of waiting for money so we can upgrade a lot of these guys. Go ahead and we might as well just go ahead and set them the foundation for them so at least they can kind of be somewhat useful. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we try to collect money and see what happens in round 98 and 99 because those are going to be the ones that are, I think, really tough. Our troops have held up well through 97. Now we're at 98. Now is when I got to worry about getting overrun. That's a lot of green balloons. A lot of banded red ones. We're just going to have to continue to use our superpowers here. And we'll go ahead and start using them. Now that we've got troops pretty much amassing all around us. You know, I'm thinking about maybe trying to use superpower once these green ones get down a little bit further. Let's go ahead and use our superpower. And see if we can do some work on these green ones, because these are the ones that are really going to be a problem for me. Okay, I feel good about round 98. Now we just have to worry about our superpower regenerating before round 99 kicks us in the butt. Go ahead and use superpowers here. I don't want to take any chances. We've got quite a few superpowers. Oh, I pulled that one too early. Okay, here we go. Round 99. This right here is going to be our challenge. I'm going to wait a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and drop some superpowers. Let's go ahead and drop a second one. Make sure we're fighting. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and hit the big button here. I'm really worried about the blacks. Can we handle it? Yes, we did. And with that, victory is going to be ours. Of that, I have very little doubt. Super Monkey Power is going to probably wear off just in time for him to come around. But he's so slow that our superpower should regenerate by the time we make it to the backside. I'm going to go ahead and continue to plus some on this guy. But like I said, 99 is always the toughest battle. Now we got to wait for him to come back around into our vision. We can drop our power on him again once he comes back down. This is kind of like the waiting game at this point. Once he gets down here in line, we'll go ahead and superpower. Yeah, that does some real damage on purple. Not going to make it much further. That will probably be victory. We'll go ahead and continue to put pressure on these greens. I pushed that one a little early. That was a mistake. Well, super monkeys are ready to go. Oh, wait, man, we can start upgrading some of these guys. You upgrade. You upgrade. Okay, go ahead and use your powers. Use your powers. Victory for all. Woohoo! Round 100 has been defeated. Show me the screen. What did I get? Insta Ice Monkey. Excellent. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let this run. Let's see how far we can get. I'm going to obviously fast forward it because it would be kind of dull. No telling how far we'll get with these monkeys. We didn't last too long. We didn't really have any good way to hit those black DTs except for the superpower. And as soon as they started overwhelming us with monkeys, which was level 102, the game quickly came to an end. But we did make it to level 100 with just the base monkey. That's kind of cool. I mean, it took a lot of the superpowers to get us there, but we were able to make it to level 100. That was pretty exciting stuff, man. If you've liked this video, you know, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. That's why I got a like button. So that, you know, I know what you like, what kind of content you want to see. Hit to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And as always, have a great day if you want to.